Hey, welcome.
There's the answer to our mystery question. If you saw, I think I did on Facebook yesterday. I may have even tweeted it. The back of this jacket. Recognize it?
Familiar?
Yeah, it is an actual full-blown suit.
Oh yeah, it is.
That Isaac wore
With
to his event. He has pants to match.
everything.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
And he had some rocking shoes on yesterday too.
Have
He
to
was
say,
a fashion
I'm
plate.
gonna triple dog dare you to wear that to court. I'm just
Create
gonna
his
go
own
straight there.
cousin Vinny moment.
The jury would definitely find for me. It doesn't matter what the evidence
They'd be
is.
like, we like that.
They're like, that
Like,
guy
that's-
is real.
We were
Because
talking about
nobody
that,
can
though.
dress like that and lie.
That we have one of those. So we still have like stuff on our walls from our open house, and there's one in there that said, where the attorney's talking to his client, who's a clown, dressed like a clown, and says, "I don't think the jury's going to take you seriously." So
I don't understand
knows?
metaphor.
There's no metaphor there.
Pretty direct.
Straight line reading.
Hey, my wife just jumped on.
So hey, we're welcome to our
Holiday
Christmas
edition.
Eve version.
That's right.
Yeah.
the
The
pre-Christmas.
eve of
I think we're-
shocking.
Are we not? I think we're not probably not doing this next Tuesday. Or do we want to? Because technically Christmas is Monday.
Yeah, Christmas is Monday.
Yeah.
So
I'll
we
be
could
out.
we could do it, but
We could still do it.
Isaac's taking over. So we might have to talk about
Take
We'll
it.
have to
No,
see.
I'm
we-
meeting a client the day after Christmas.
You're what?
So I'll
Oh,
be here meeting
yeah.
a client.
Oh, there you go.
CCSK
And I'll be in
Law
the
is
office
still
all day.
open.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, we'll be in the
working.
office.
Yep.
Oh no,
I'll be in the office
I'll
Tuesday.
be in the office Tuesday.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to.
oh,
It's been
That's
2
cool.
years.
Well,
I'm not
yeah.
mad.
He's going on
great.
vacation.
That's right. I am taking
Who needs
a
it?
week. It's been 2 years. I'm
yeah,
doing
you
it.
gotta take it.
I'm taking some time. Can't wait. Now, Archie, do you want to show them your shirt?
Oh yeah.
Your
So
shirt's pretty classic as well.
last year, this is actually my wife found matching sweaters for my whole family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So daughters and myself all had these, and that was our Christmas card.
I actually saw that.
Did
at,
she repost it? or-
Kohl's.
Oh yeah, that's what she
They
got.
had that at
Last year,
Kohl's.
Kohl's, and so I was wearing it last year, and I was walking by the Opera House, and the director at the Opera House saw, or somebody that works there saw this, knowing that they were going to do
Because
the
that's the
Christmas
play they
story.
were doing, yeah.
Are they doing the musical version of it, or are they just doing the play version?
You know,
of
I'm
it?
going to ask my wife on that because her and my daughter went and saw it last
Oh.
night. I think it's the musical version.
Which was
um,
what Fox did the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Marina,
it's
can
on-
you comment on that in the notes?
Yeah, so
and
somebody could let
us
us know.
Was the Christmas Story musical version?
Because a few years ago, Chicago Street Theater used to do the play version of it
Oh.
Mhm.
every other year as their sort of holiday rotation.
Oh, okay.
But then they stopped doing it. I'm not sure why. I don't know if they pay royalties on that or something.
I'm sure they do some aspect of it.
So, yeah, but anyway, so they hadn't really been here for a while, so I wasn't sure when well, actually, I didn't realize there was a musical version
I didn't either.
of the
No, me
neither.
the Christmas Story.
I think that would just have to be totally interesting. I want to see. I want to hear the "You'll Shoot Your Eye Out" song because it
There is a song. So Fox did it live. Fox
Okay.
Channel,
Mhm.
whatever
Yeah, I
they're
saw that. The commercials.
yeah. So they did it, and I
No,
caught
you-
part of it, and I happened
yeah,
to catch the part where he gets his theme back, and he got a C+. And then she, then at the bottom it says "You'll shoot your eye out," and then it breaks into this big
You say,
song and
you
dance
say
number.
theme, and I'm sitting here thinking like theme to the case that he's going to try.
Right,
I don't remember
exactly.
this from the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that's what they used to call reports.
writing, yeah,
Yeah.
and composition.
Mhm.
So he, wrote his story about how it would be great to have.
Was there a song with it?
That's what I'm saying. It broke out when he reads it, and then he goes down to the
You'll Shoot Your Eye Out.
P.S. You'll shoot your eye out. Oh no! And then it goes full on Broadway, busts out into another side
great.
stage.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if they're doing the musical or the play. I remember
If I
having.
recall, I had the conversation. I think it was a musical.
They're more apt to do a musical.
Yeah, I think it was the musical.
That makes sense.
I'm pointing that way
Yeah.
because that's where
That's right.
we're misbehaving.
The Opera
Opera
House
House?
is that way.
The Opera House is that way. Chicago Street
So-
Theater is that way.
Which, quick shout out to Misbehaving Meads. We're drinking the pomegranate cider.
This was my favorite from
Great.
last year. I was
Regular,
waiting for
regular
this.
cider.
Regular cider.
Pomegranate is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried it.
They still have the caramel apple cider, but this is putting some competition to that. 'Cause they're
It was a
both
great
delicious.
this time of year drink. It had some
Mhm.
sort of weird holiday-esque feel to it for me.
Yep.
What's
Courtney Catherine joined us.
Hey.
Hello.
what's happening, Corey? Haven't
I don't know.
talked to her in a bit. Actually, I talked to her right before she took her new position at, help me, tell me, where are you working now?
BCC?
BCC, is that where it
I
is?
think so.
Burt Costanza
Yeah.
and whatever the other C
Pretty
is.
sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the other C?
Find it.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Cool.
what the other C is. So hope you're having a good time.
Not
It's
cranberry.
Yeah, it's not cranberry.
Not cranberry.
It's
It's a holiday
pomegranate.
series. It's not pomegranate. Nope.
Yeah, BCC. We couldn't remember what the other C stood for.
I'm putting my money down on Carberry. Kurt put his money down on cranberry.
I did.
See.
I didn't say that.
What? Oh.
Kuzak. Carberry is the winner. Carberry, if you had Carberry,
You won.
you are a winner. Please stop by
You can pay me after.
and pick up your
Okay.
prize.
I've got little like snacks in the fridge over there. It's got like
Oh yeah,
Gouda
those
cheese
are great.
and peanuts and cranberries.
Yeah,
It's really fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I saw
So,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really
I grabbed a
cool.
couple of those. I
You're
love
gonna
Costco,
be
is that a
going
Costco
tomorrow?
treat?
No, I got it
Tonight.
at Town and Country, but
I
I
gotta-
got those.
I gotta go.
I want to get into Costco because you can get more. for
Yeah,
cheaper.
exactly. Yep.
And I really like those. Those are great little snacks.
Yep.
And somewhat healthy.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
could be our last show of the year. We're not sure. We may have a show. It's certainly Isaac's last show of the year. And one of the things I
Yeah.
mentioned to him, I'd been reading through some things, and he's been deluged with
Yes,
people
I
trying to
like the
squeeze things
pomegranate
in.
cider.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Everybody's trying to squeeze stuff in at the end of the year. So we've been talking about like how the end of the year is creeping up on us. It's like full on year end.
Mhm.
Like we're less than like what is it?
Final
6 or
countdown?
7 functioning
Yeah,
business
I'm
days.
more mentally. I'm already in January.
All right.
You're
I'm
already
just
in
not.
2018.
Yeah, I'm not even living in December now.
So,
January.
but what we were talking about, and maybe something we'll touch on, and we can kind of poke at each of our practice areas. Are there things that people really should be thinking about doing before the end of the year? What Isaac was running into, specifically what we were talking about today, was someone was trying to get property transferred this calendar year, which would have been their fiscal year as well.
Right.
Sure.
So they wanted to have that, the tax position and the property ownership position in the right place by year's end, so it'd be in a good place for
Big
next
driver.
year. Yeah.
Big driver of that. Their accountant's like, hey, you got to get this done before the first of the year, because if they bought it in the same year, then that transfer all take place in the same year. You don't have to file nearly as much. But if you wait another year, suddenly you got a whole new tax filing that you have to deal with.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a
And
mess.
there's other people who are not doing things until after the first, or they're positioning themselves, but then their accountants like, don't do it until the first of the year. So I got a
Right,
number of
right.
things that are starting as of the first of the year.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
but everything needs to be prepped beforehand. If you
Right.
want to launch on the first, you make the effective date as of the first, but everything still needs to be done. Oh man, I've just everything, all these businesses. I'm just going to let you know next year. All right. November is like the Thursday of the entire year. Get it to me by Thursday.
Yeah.
By the November, because this is Friday deadline time.
Yeah, we're into it.
And I'm telling you, I got a dozen businesses, and all need to be done by the first of the year. But we're cranking.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
You
what
got
I'm.
your power suit on, so you're ready.
I can't go wrong.
That's right.
Like, literally,
That's right.
You got
So
it.
you won a
That's
prize
what it is.
last night with this at your Toastmasters
I did.
event?
Shout out to Toastmasters. I went to Toastmasters. We had a holiday party. It was fantastic. Yeah, we were at Unwind, which is they actually, it's in
What's it
Hobart.
called?
It's Unwind.
Unwind.
Yeah, it's a newer place, but it's over in Hobart. It's fantastic. They actually have a whole bunch of relaxation stuff as well. Christy
Nice.
Pierce is running that. Yeah, shout out. Definitely worth stopping by there.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you need to relax a bit, that's where you go.
Nice.
So, but yeah, had the holiday party
You
and
need to unwind.
But they don't have
Need to
wine.
unwind?
Go to unwind.
I believe they do.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
You'd
believe
think
they
they
do.
would. They'd have to.
Yeah, but the name
I
like
think that was like the
Unwind.
point. But there's
would be
also like meditation and
Oh, is
Right,
there a
so it's
D at
all-
the end,
but-
or is it unwind?
I'm pretty sure it has the E at the end.
Right.
not the D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. So
wine,
Unwind
yeah.
would say
No one.
no wine.
Maybe.
Well, no, maybe is that in wine? No,
That would
no,
make
it'd have to be
sense.
unwind. I
Unwind.
think unwind's better.
No, it means that you have the one. You need to you need to
Yeah.
take it down.
Right.
Okay.
You
There
need to get rid of that.
Leave it to
So-
the lawyers to dissect
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
the
the
actual name of it.
words, right?
There used
The
to be a
atmosphere is
show.
fantastic.
There used to be a show when I was growing up that was
Good one.
called "Not for Women Only."
Mm-hmm.
So what did that mean? Did it mean,
Means men can go.
Yeah.
or was it only men, or was it only
No, not for women
Not
only.
for women.
Means it's also for.
Only.
So is it
Yeah, the place is
only
also-
not for
Yeah.
women?
Only
So, like-
not for women.
So it happens.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
only
for
for
men.
men, but it was a women's show.
Or is it not for
Yeah,
women?
Right.
I don't know.
Is
Not
it,
for
is
women
it the
only.
opposite of that? Or
Right.
is
That's
it-
what I'm saying.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, even at that age, my mom pegged me right that I had to be an attorney.
Yeah,
Courtney threw in a
pretty
good one
much-
here I was going to talk about for family law. Thank you, Courtney. And that is that it's that time of year for family law issues where if you got dependents and such, if you know that you're going to be the one claiming them this year, work that out. Make sure you've got all the signatures and authorizations if you need that. Also, support paying parents who have to pay 95% by the end of January to be able to claim anybody.
So the end of January, so you get like a little buffer.
There's a little leeway there to say, whoops, I better get this in. So
it's Thursday right now for those.
It's definitely Thursday.
Yeah.
Probably late Thursday night.
Yeah,
Late Thursday night.
We may be at the end of business.
Some more than others, depending on how much they have to catch up.
Yeah.
So, but no, excellent point. Thanks, Courtney. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, and if you're into charitable giving, this may be, for those that are kind of panicking about the change in taxes, most people try to squeeze in charitable giving at year end in order to deduct it. That's the mindset. The important thing to remember, as we were having a conversation about signed, sealed, and delivered, the actual transition of a gift or conveyance of property. A gift has to be completed prior to the 31st. So you can
Don't send
write
a
a check and date it. But the law, it used to be you could write a check like on the 4th and date it the 31st, and processing was so slow, they just assumed you really did. But now those things are a lot quicker, and so it's harder to, in fact, charities are drawing lines harder. So, if there's a check that shows up on the 10th of January dated, that was our mail. You never know. Dated the 31st, but the postmark's the 5th.
Right.
That's going to be the thing that's going to unwind you. So they may not honor it in that year. Credit cards have to be processed by the 31st. So that's a hard date. That's an absolute known date. And if you're transferring appreciated stock, again, it has to be transferred, delivered, and received by the other entity. And they have to show it is received, and that can take a day or two.
Yeah.
So
Processing
don't
does.
wait till Friday.
Don't wait till Friday.
And quite literally Friday this year.
Yeah.
Because the last day of business is a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Because Saturday and Sunday are the 30th and 31st.
And the first is Monday.
So the first is Monday. So you'll need to be a little bit ahead if you're trying to squeeze in giving towards the end of the year this year. And again, depending on what type of giving you're doing, as we were talking about property, the deed doesn't necessarily have to be recorded, but it does need to be delivered. Mm-hmm. So somebody has to show that it was received by a receipt or something. So those are the things to take into account if you're trying to do some year-end planning. Anything in the immigration world people have to report, or
I would say not by end of year. One thing I've been seeing a lot of though is people who are eligible for some type of status. They're a family member, so they're married to a U.S. citizen, or they have U.S. citizen children who are of a certain age, and maybe they don't have status, so they entered without status, and they haven't filed the I-130 petition yet. Oftentimes, if you don't, things could happen. You could be in a car accident, or maybe some trouble with the law, and you get picked up, and because you don't have that petition filed already, it causes a lot of headache, a lot more time in the immigration. You have to go through the immigration court. So if you think you may be eligible for a petition or some type of status, I would say don't wait. Especially now, the immigration courts are
very crowded.
Very quick on.
There's a lot of things that are going to be out of your
and-
control. It can be icy. It's going to be a party season. I mean, there's a lot of things that you're going to raise your exposure to.
So I would say,
That's
And then maybe with Christmas, New Year's, there's new relationships happening.
Sure.
So,
There you go.
if you're engaged or thinking about it or planning a marriage to a foreigner, let me know. I can help you guys with the petitions.
Number of people getting engaged during the holidays here.
Right.
That's right.
There's something that you said in there that made me think of something, and of course, then the thought left in my little brain. That's too brain. Oh shoot, what was it? No, somebody else has something. Please chime in. I'll come back.
We can keep talking about pomegranates.
No.
We spent half an hour talking on pomegranates.
That and a new business that we walked by.
And the new business.
Third Coast Interior.
Interior.
Not inferior.
That's right. Nope.
Where's that at?
Our old office.
Our old
Really?
office.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was happy to see that they had somebody occupying the place now. So
Yeah, if I felt like going up the stairs, you'd give them a housewarming gift.
yeah, it was dark.
Yeah, no,
Like anybody was there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Third Coast interior.
Toss it up onto the
That's
balcony.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to, maybe I'll swing by there at some point when I'm walking around.
Maybe they forgot to lock the back door.
Sneak back in there, see what's going on, make sure that everything's all locked up. Any big plans? Anybody do anything? We know Isaac's going to vacation, whatever that means.
Oh yeah.
We are going down to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So yeah, go see my mother-in-law and my father-in-law and his wife, and it'll be a good time. So I'm excited.
Whereabouts in Indy?
My mother-in-law lives on the north side, almost the Fishers.
Okay.
It's kind of that kind of where that place you had down there was that. What I forget.
Yeah.
I just forget the name of the little side town there, but technically it's Indianapolis. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my
Sub-
father-in-law lives in Broad Ripple area. So.
Okay.
But technically
He's
Fishers
there
is its
now.
own
He's not really
town
Broad
now.
Ripple, so.
That's
Fishers
right.
is its
Yeah.
own
They make that very
governed
clear.
community. Didn't they?
There's
they have a
something.
mayor now, right?
There's
I
something.
didn't know that it wasn't
Yeah.
before.
It was sort of an unincorporated area,
Yeah.
but they voted a couple of years ago to incorporate.
They have seceded.
They
They have
succeeded in seceding,
Yeah, succeeded.
and they have their own mayor now.
Indeed.
And they've really done a bunch. They've been aggressive in some of their growth stuff.
That place
Yeah.
is so. The problem is they're running out of space. So
Yeah,
I know.
quickly.
I know a bunch of years ago they were trying to annex some of Noblesville on the north side.
Well, and they
which that
annexed
got
themselves right up to
shot
the other
down.
school system. and
Right.
There's all sorts of ire down there regarding.
So it looks like they're going the other way
Southeastern
now with the whole
Fishers.
IKEA thing just opening up, and they're
Top
starting
golf.
to continue up 69 there and try to
Well,
expand that way. I
To get to
guess.
Anderson. Like
But look
next
at-
next
look at
stop,
the-
They're going to
Anderson.
consume the next town
Right.
that comes up.
Look at the Deer Creek area. I mean, well, Verizon. What is it now?
Oh,
The theater. It's
what is it
yeah.
now? It was Klipsch, but it now
no,
it is.
isn't it Clips now?
No, Klipsch back down, but somebody else just named it. It's not Salesforce. That's the big building downtown now. It's some
No. Well, the concert venue up there. That used to be nothing but
The old Deer
farm.
Creek.
I mean, there used to be just farms everywhere up there. Nothing. But now apparently it's really built up around there, and there's a lot of businesses and things like that.
I went to one of the very first
Hotels.
concerts there, and it was so far out there by itself. It was a county road,
Mhm.
2 lanes.
Yep.
They had no idea how to handle parking, traffic, or anything
Yeah.
because it was literally
You just parked in a
it
field.
was literally a field.
Yeah.
It was a farm field until they built this thing.
Mhm.
They didn't build up. They had paved the road. That was it.
Yep.
But it was still a 2-lane road, and you could just see the county sheriffs were completely over their
That
skis.
sounds like
You're bringing what was
county
like
line.
10,000. Yeah.
Sounds like
Well,
county line on the weekend.
And it used to
Yeah.
be, yeah, and it used to be. I don't know. I mean, this is going way back, but it used to be because it was that 2 lanes that you would just sit for hours,
Yeah, exactly.
waiting to get into the
Right.
parking lot because it was just so. Slow.
Because they didn't understand.
Nope.
Hey, all the traffic on this road is going to the place. Maybe we should have 2 lanes.
multiple roads.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Find a
like
way to make
even
this happen.
you're not having anybody come out, so just even make the 2 lanes go in.
Yeah.
And then the 2 lane. It's now going to be the Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center.
That's a
Ruoff,
mouthful.
Ruoff is this rapidly growing mortgage company out of Indy. They sponsored an
Never heard of
IndyCar last year.
Yeah.
That's where I first heard
I
of
mean,
it.
they've poured a lot
must be
into
they're- they're big.
just getting their name out there.
Yeah, they're big,
Tons
and
of
I
money
think they
done
have
getting
us
their
in
name out
Fort Wayne and Indianapolis and some
Yeah.
other places.
Shout out to Eric.
Mortgage.
Thank you. He just he said misbehaving means nice.
See, Chris is watching.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Up Cruise?
We're meeting with Jenny tomorrow, actually, aren't
Not now, because
No.
in my so if you can't tell, I have a new computer.
They cannot. It's
Yeah,
But he's got a new computer.
Yeah,
we? New
yeah.
computer. Yeah.
my
Moving up,
computer decided to unwind over the course of the last couple of days.
Breakdown.
We literally, Isaac was there with me. We watched it doing
Just
really
melted.
bizarre stuff.
Started shutting down.
Yeah, like,
It was like-
suddenly Office wouldn't work, and it was
I'm taking next week off. I'm
Right.
just gonna shut down.
So my computer is
Holidays,
done.
I'm
Days.
taking
It was
time.
done.
So I fought it for a day and a half. I went
Yeah.
to Best Buy here locally to have them sort of reaffirm what my fear was. It
Pronounce it
wasn't
dead.
just a software issue. It was hardware, which when you start adding up what it takes to break into a laptop, replace parts, you're 2/3 of the way to a new
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well
ta-da,
just
a
do it.
new computer. Which for the first time when I had that prior computer, I did not have hardware protection.
Well, yeah.
And so I have a new computer which does have hardware protection. So if
Yep.
You're like, oh,
There
that's
you
what
go.
happened
happens
this
again,
time.
it'll be good. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
facial recognition. Technology.
So I don't have to type in a
Nice.
password. I just have to
Yep.
try to look the same.
I've
I've got to
Good
redo
luck.
mine. Mine has that too, and I've got to redo it because I did it in the dark. So like if it's
Oh, yeah.
too bright out,
Right,
it
yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
recognize me.
yeah.
So I have like shadows on my face, and like I can almost cover my face entirely, and then it will recognize me.
I've taken my glasses off.
Really?
Ah.
I have to
Oh,
take my-
Don't tell people that.
Well,
Oh,
they
see, now
still
they
have to have
know.
my face.
Well, you know,
We should
it's
try
one
that
step
out.
closer.
We're going to try that out.
I'm gonna
try it.
print out an RG face and
Right, there you go.
Ooh.
That would be interesting.
Oh, yeah,
That
print
would be
it out.
interesting to print out a
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
and see
Hey
if
to
it
Chris.
recognizes it.
Norman, did you
Yep.
already say hi to Chris? Norman?
Yeah.
Is that who you said?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that Chris.
Valpo life
Valpo
tag.
life.
Hey, Chris. We were talking about you the other day.
What's
So we're
up,
not
crew?
meeting with Jenny.
What's up?
No, we're not, because again, when my computer wasn't working, I couldn't reply.
Oh, I
to
thought
tell
you
her
had
that we
replied
were
already.
ready. No.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. It was
That's fine. I'll be there
preoccupied.
anyway.
But we got it scheduled
I'll be there
for,
anyway.
we rescheduled it.
The second.
Second. When we come
Somebody
back.
remind me
so-
tomorrow so I can put it on my calendar.
There we go.
I'd
I think
appreciate
I put it on the CCSK
Okay.
calendar.
Then I will find it.
Little inside baseball for you all.
You
There you go.
So anyway, but as we're getting close to the
Technically.
what's that?
Okay. We got a question about the protecting your
talk
tech
about news.
legally.
Mhm.
Mm.
There is one thing that if you have enough technology, it's not really worth it unless you are reaching a certain price range. But one of the things that you can do is you can put your tech into its own LLC and then lease it back to your active company,
Kind of like people do with property,
like people do with property.
Interesting.
like real property, because
Yeah.
computers are
Yep.
property.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best things you can do, though, is get insurance, which
Yep.
is not the legal route,
Right.
but it's one of the best protections you can get out there is just insuring it.
And
Cool.
just do your due diligence to make sure that your whatever information you have is
Protected.
protected. Any customer information
Mhm.
Yep.
that you're
Security's
keeping up
big.
with standard like best
yeah.
practices.
That is one of the
Yeah.
gray areas of
Yeah.
the law right now, because there is this standard that everybody's supposed to have a technical literacy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but no one's checking. I mean, There's no test.
Right.
There's no like CLE that you have to take that you can check all the boxes
Yep.
to. But there are certain but it goes to what we've bumped into before. They don't really tell you much until you're in violation.
Right.
somebody
Until there's a
reports it.
data breach.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then you have to claw your way back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So that I would say one of my concerns and one of the smart things that I started doing was backing up and encrypting information.
Yep.
So as my computer unwound, I wasn't worried about losing data, just the
Sure.
ability to access it.
Right.
And so that's one set of understanding your technology, understanding backups with confidential information. It's not just law; it's health information. If you're collecting health information, there's a really high bar. In fact, I was reading about HIPAA because this is the exciting life we live.
HIPAA.
I was reading about
Just for
HIPAA
a
laws
fun
last
afternoon.
night.
Oh yeah.
Christmas vacation reading.
Some of
Exactly.
the stuff that that is what the law actually says and what we're starting to see in practice
Mhm.
is the law is still here and people are really building in these excuses in some reasons to close doors to people and limit things.
Oh yeah.
It's HIPAA. I can't do
I
that.
can't do that. It's HIPAA.
Right.
I'm
Not
sorry.
really,
Yeah.
but that's okay. But as you go into some of the other technical things you run into, if you are a person that develops technology, that's something. If you've got a proprietary product, if you're developing software, understand where you're picking up your development on top of somebody else's development. So you may take a software and what can I do to enhance it?
Mhm.
Well, you got to make sure you don't violate somebody else's ownership rights and licensing and things of that nature.
Yep.
But by the same token, you want to protect what you developed as well. So we talk about IP and we talk about
Intellectual property.
Yep. Patents and things. Obviously, we can't talk about patents because we're not properly.
I mean,
Certified.
they're out there, provisional patents, and then.
And that's a very
Actually.
long, drawn out, diligent process that you have to go through. So,
Yeah.
but an idea is not patentable. It has to be something that is
Right, physical.
beyond just.
Now, have they said that? I think if it's software or something, that's copyright. More
It
than
depends on what
patent.
you're going with. I mean, again, you
Yeah.
can, if it's an application, there's copyright things.
There's copyright.
and that's where you
so
start to
that's
cross
a-
over between
Right.
trademarks and intellectual property and copyright and
Which we
patents.
have somebody that we work with for trademarks and copyright, and getting all of that stuff taken care of. But it's definitely important for any business that's developing stuff to know what's already out there. And frankly, any business should be doing a competitor analysis anyway, so
Right.
that they understand what's already out there.
Right.
Because one, you don't want to just waste your time recreating something that's already out there if it's available.
And that's why it's good to get an
But two, not
idea
infringing.
analyzed.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
it checked. Do the check on it. If you got an idea and you think, man, I don't know if anybody's done this, there's no sense in spending 10 years getting it put together and developed only to find out, oh, that's already been done.
Right.
So take your time, spend a little bit, get somebody in there to take it out and do a search and see.
But understand, if you start talking to people and you haven't done some things to protect your interest in those things, you
Non-disclosure
can't come
agreements.
back later
Yep.
and say, wait, I told you about this. This was my idea. So, again, whether it's a widget or a software thing or a piece of music, I mean, all those things are things that if you've got work product in it, you want to protect it. You may need to involve other people in the conversation, but you want to make sure, again, non-disclosure agreements and secure things and locking down that which is yours. So, again, those are some things that you want to talk to people, but you want to talk to them in the right way to protect your interest in the long run.
Yep.
Don't just
There's
start
always those
batch mailing
stories.
people your ideas and throwing them out on Facebook and say, what do you guys think about this idea?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I had this great idea to create that thing on the end of a shoestring.
It's
Logo binder.
it's an interesting
is that what it
balance
is?
of
Actually, I forget what
It's
it's
some
called.
weird-
But that was in the movie Cocktail.
Something
They
like
said, what's
that.
this called? They call it, it's probably some guy, they probably call it a flugel binder
No,
or something like that. There's actually a name for it. I don't know what the name is. Though.
There is.
That's early on.
This
Actually,
actually
it
is.
true.
I went out and I came back in, so it redid some of the stuff. So.
But again, I think that's where we
Preventative is
find
the best.
ourselves approachable in that. In fact, I was just talking to an accountant today, and one of the things on one of my areas with probate or administration, I can't tell you right off the top of my head whether you're going to need to go through probate or not. So we sit down and we take some time to figure it out. And I don't charge for that because I can't charge you if we don't. We've said this multiple times in the last week or so. We can't tell you what it's going to cost until we know what it's going to be. So from my perspective, I'd rather spend some time and help you understand what your situation is. Then we can talk about options that work for you, and that includes what the pricing might be, which is probably a decision factor. But yeah, it's important to talk to somebody. I think I had a conversation with somebody last week, and they Googled a bunch of things I could tell because they had some ideas. But as he said, the more I read, the more confusing it got. And then I wasn't sure where it applied to my situation versus not applying to my situation. And I said, well, that's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's huge. It's one thing to
We all
even
face that with our clients.
Yeah.
Right?
know, right?
Yeah.
I read this on Google, and then it's a whole different matter to apply it.
Right.
Whole different matter. The execution
Or
of the
this
law.
part of your situation is different.
Yeah.
So it's completely different.
I mean, RG already mentioned it earlier. He said like the HIPAA law and then how it's actually being implemented are two separate things. So good luck. You can Google the HIPAA law. You're going to find a bunch of stuff, but it's not.
Doesn't mean it's going to apply
reflected.
that way.
Yeah, exactly. Or you can find conflicting stuff or just outdated. I mean, precedent. Things are being overruled all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Changes.
Yep. Yeah. So no, there's definitely a lot you can do.
Sorry, I got distracted by my computer.
about a
Threw me
half
off.
hour.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this glow. I was trying to figure out how to turn it down.
We are
this is a new
CCSK
computer.
Law.
Thanks
We
for
are
joining
here.
us.
Yep. Misbehaving Meads.
And the silly shirts, and then us
And then
normal folk.
us who had business stuff to do today.
Oh, snap.
It's business casual.
I think we worked today in our.
Yeah. No, this
Our
is my
attire.
formal. This is my normal.
Oh, no,
suit.
you
So-
did
Right,
change
right.
late. Though you wore that yesterday.
I did. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Pants,
That's great.
yeah,
And I
pants on all
got
day.
I got
Pants and tie.
to meet with clients. You know, got business to do.
Nice.
I'll get that
Gotta
out
wear a
there.
suit.
I'm not
Wear a
I haven't-
suit.
I haven't earned the right for that yet. So
So if you have
Thanks for joining
questions,
us.
if there's something
Thanks.
you need to walk through, feel free to contact us. We're at the CCSKLaw.com. You can put comments in the box here, or
check it out and get
visit our website. And there's a
Absolutely.
comment box there that you can
Mhm.
you can leave information for. Our numbers on the top of the website too. If you're on a phone, pops right up there for you, so you can reach out to us. So we appreciate you joining us. In case we don't get together next week, who knows what's going to happen next week?
Have a great
Happy
holiday
holidays.
season.
Yeah.
Holidays,
Yeah.
enjoy the
Holidays.
tail end of the year, and we'll
Yeah.
we'll,
Talk to you
See you
soon.
in
we'll talk to you again
2018.
soon. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.